Morning and welcome back to Home Renovation Expert Steve here on this beautiful garden room build. As you can see, coming along nicely. For those of you who haven't caught up a few days, there's some installations going in there. What I wanted to show you though, obviously the steel is now up, and these are the screws that will go through the wood and through into the steel. So these are Tech Fast, which is brilliant. Use these all the time. Fantastic. These are 110mm ones. Now it takes a minute to get these in because I've already pre-started this one, but this gives you an idea of just like how good these are. Beautiful and in. And what I've done is there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So they're all now secured into that. This wood is secured onto the front walls with 250mm Tech screws. This wall's attached to this wall plate going through the exterior. Loads of nails shot through there. The entire roof is now pinned in at the angle with these bits of wood that kind of take it up. 250mm Tech screws go through there, pin all that stuff in, nails through the top. So this roof is pinned good. Now the reason you really want to pin these roofs is because if you get wind, which we are liable to sometimes in this country, you don't want it kind of lifting off and flying else and going anywhere else. Now I've bought a lot of these and there's been a lot of storms since. I had one ex-client who literally, they had a tree above it. I kid you not, the size of this branch that come through was flipping huge, and the stabby bit was right where his chair was, so if he'd been sat in it, he would have been impaled. Half the tree was still in next door to neighbour's garden. The building didn't shift. There wasn't even a crack line around the plasterboard because obviously we put like scrim tape around it also. It's so well built, these things, that it took the entire impact of part of a tree falling down, stabbing it, impaling my garden room, and it didn't care. Okay, so that's why we build it to all these specifications. We make sure we over-engineer it to make sure the thing is rock solid. Yeah, and that was a good proof of the pudding that was when that happened. Not for him, but it did shit him up a little bit, as it would do. But he's a good mate of mine as well, so yeah, I went back and fixed it for him. But yeah, really impressed to see what these things can take, and it's all because of all this, like, all these extra levels, these sort of things, whacking a steel in. You know, these things make a huge difference. And that's why these are a cut above what everyone else is building, except for Oakwood Garden Rooms. He's a legend. He's a good friend. I've sent him beer before because, you know, he's given me such great advice. So yeah. So right, anyway, enough rambling. I'm gonna get on. I'm gonna get some more of this cut. I'll show you how I'm doing that in a second, and I think the sparky's on site in a minute, so I can talk him through. So we'll see how much I get done today. Right, I spent the day gone. The sparky has just come and gone and just discussing different ideas and plans and all that kind of stuff. So not only is he going to be wiring up for in the garden room, we'll be doing some exterior lighting as well, which is quite nice, kind of tie it all in, some radio controllers so that they can like switch on from the house, which will then turn on some lights outside so they can actually walk up here without it being pitch black, which is quite nice. So that is that done. So now I'm boom cutting some insulation. So I'm going to show you it again for those who did see it previously on the floor. You may not have watched it, so this might be interesting for you. So I have here 100mm PIR insulation. So 100mm goes in both the roof, it goes in the floor. This is the biggest points of loss of heat. In the walls is going to be 50mm, which is more than ample. So the easiest way to cut 100mm, I've found over many years, is basically the circular saw. That thing has earned its keep, right? So all I do is mark up. So in this bit I need is 33 centimeters. That's correct. So all I do is I mark it, and you may have seen my top tip the other day. So I put a mark at 33 and encircle it so I can find it again, because otherwise it bloody disappears. I always do 3, so one to the centre as well, one to the other end. Get the level, boom, line it up as such, get it on there. Cut it with a pencil, right? Because obviously it's just insulation, so the pencil goes through it nicely. So if I do that with my knee, get it in line at the top, like so, and now you'll see, just take your pencil, keep it in line, boom. Simples, right? Now, I can see that mark. So all I now do is set the depth of that to 50mm depth cut. I'll then run that through this side, boom, all the way through. I'll then flip this over, do the same again, do the other cut, and that'll give me the perfect cut. Now, there's lots of different ways to cut PIR installations. You've got the hand saw, you've got a reciprocating saw, which is designed for PIR installation. The problem with both those previous ones is that what happens is that the circular saw is on a flat bed when it cuts. It cuts straight. It goes straight through, easy peasy. The other saws don't. They can kind of come at angles. And the problem with that is it then means that it then doesn't fit the space, because at one point it's wider than your measurement. The next problem is that if you've got the uppercut, if I do this handsaw, this bit doesn't quite fit as well as it should. Okay, fine. But this one now has got a weird cut on it. And because I've already taken part of this side, if I'd done that, I'd have, so this piece would be like fucking all over the place. And it's going to be no good to no one. You have to try and whack it in place, and there's bits and pieces falling everywhere. So yeah, cutting it is messy regardless. That is the best way to get an accurate cut with still the mess, okay? So if you've got one, do it. If you haven't got one, you can probably pick them up for like 70 quid if you're after like a non-brand one. So well worth the investment. Right, I'm gonna get this bad boy cut and get it stuck in. Jobs are good. That really was a short day, because that is it. So I hope you learned a little something about the installation and stuff like that. Now, I had 2 quotes this morning, so I had to do that, and the Sparky being here, and now I'm off out for lunch as well with my B&I gang. So yeah, a short one, but don't worry, I will be back on Sunday, where I will get the rest of the installation. You can see I've done really well. So I've got a little bit there down to do, and that's the roof done. It'll then be insulating this. What I'll also do is plasterboard this wall, because the Sparky can do everything it needs from the other side, which then allows me to put these Cellotex, push it up to something from this end, which would be lovely jubbly. And that is basically it. I'm hoping to have that done on Sunday, all this done in here, and then yeah, happy days. And then hopefully Sparky will be here on Tuesday. He can run his first fix, because he wants to run it inside as opposed to outside. Go figure. If there's any Sparkies, do comment below. My previous Sparky ran all the cabling on the outside, brought it in where it needed to pop in. This guy doesn't want to do that, he wants to run it inside, which is fine. I've got no problems with that. It's happy days, because, you know, each their own, and everyone interprets stuff slightly differently. So, but I would be interested to know. So apart from that, don't forget to hit the bell icon, like, subscribe, all that stuff. Don't forget to check out my TikTok channel, my Instagram, Facebook, and all that kind of stuff, because there is different content across all the different platforms. So you might have missed something, and nobody wants to miss anything. So have a bloody good one. I'll see you again soon. See you, lads.